What's up? What's up, YouTube? Reverend Bob. What's going on? I have to take this camera down just a little bit. Like that. There we go. Hey. Do. Cool. Let it rip, baby. All right. I see somebody looking in. What's up? Cleaning guitars today. Hey, over here. Yo. Hey. Yo. Are you paying attention? You're not paying attention, are you? Huh. Yeah, you. Camera. Where you going? I think you got problems then. What's going on? So I stopped by. I'm only cleaning guitars anyway, so see what you guys are up to. Oh, you know what?
As a musician, that was not the case at Chad Smith's house.
Whoa.
You know, I spend more time in the basement.
Whoa.
Before I really see I changed this from
Here I am. I'm right here. I know you got your eye on me. All right. Let's clean his guitar up. Oh, Lord. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Every so often, I take my guitars off the wall and just clean them up a little bit. And if I miss something or something needs to be inspected, I just kind of look over them, see where they're at. If there's anything I missed. Dents and scratches and stuff like that don't bother me. I just like to put this on because it's, just what I do. And I've always done it, so, you know. Hope you guys this week was good. Mine was crazy, like usual. Always somebody getting into something, arguing, whining, bitching, crying, boning, grounding. Never goes a week by. That don't happen. You can bet on that. I like to go down to the basement, hang out, clean stuff up, check stuff over. It's a nice little escape place for me. I'm not trying to make it perfect. Just clean it up a little bit. That's all. Perfect guitars mean that people ain't playing them. And what I usually tell people is, it's okay to clean your guitar up, but there's some people, I'm telling you, they're just anal retentive about not scratching it, not dinging it, And I'm like, dude, a guitar that's loved is played, and you're gonna get a ding, you're gonna get a scratch, you're gonna get a bang, you're gonna get wears. If you actually like the guitar, look at this one. This one here's got all kinds of little dings and chips and stuff. Dings and chips. It's a good guitar. Nothing wrong with it. Good luck finding them. You know, it's all original. It's not adulterated, altered, anything like that. And they're getting harder to find. So, you know, hi Joe. So I come down here and clean them up, take the dust off of them, inspect them, check them out. I was out in the shop today and I took the head off of the two. What is that thing? I don't know, 240 or 270 Honda Odyssey that I got. So I took the head off. I rehoned the head. I poured it and polished it. That took me about, I don't know, I guess I got about 14 hours just in the head, getting it all done. So I did that today. I got all the parts off, cleaned all the parts, polished all the parts. painted what needed to be painted. And then my son had somebody was fixing his car, and I guess they broke something and didn't tell him and tried to glue it back together with something that looked like PL1000, that you use for boards. So he asked me if I'd fix it for him, so I fixed that for him. And what else have I done? I slept for about 4 hours. I had to take a nap. My back still hurt me. Then I started on a mini bike. I got a new mini bike down there, but the rear sprocket ratio was wrong, and they use I think it's a TAH or a TAG or F or something like that, chain and sprocket combination, which is a really odd combination, right? So I went and ordered a 35 sprocket that is not meant for it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it on a T8 sprocket, and I'm changing the chain up one chain ratio because I put a 62 sprocket on the back of it. So with 49 cc's, by changing the sprocket ratio in the rear and the front, an adult can ride it, not just a kid. So that'd be pretty cool, something different. I have a cousin that might be looking for one for his son. So, I don't know. If he doesn't want to pay the extras and upgrades, I can always take it off and put the other one back on. But I just think, I know my family and I know how they are. So more than likely he'll be trying to get on it and ride it too. So if he wants it, it's going to be $385, which is pretty cheap for a mini bike these days, Oh, it's been one of them months. Everything's just happened to everybody I love, It's always something. It stresses me out. And I mean, this one stressed me out. So, and I'm not the kind of guy, when you tell me something one time, I don't want to hear it 19,000 times. Once is enough for me, I get it. When you become repetitive, that shit pisses me off. Some stuff to remind yourself is one thing, but Christ. Lord have mercy. You know what I mean. Anyway, just been one of them weeks. I have an auction on Sunday. If it fails, then I'll do it the next Sunday. If that fails, I'll do it the next Sunday until I get some people buying some stuff. I got to sell a few things. And but I picked up a few things, so which I think are cool, collectible, good for your collection. So if it doesn't look good this Sunday, then I'll have it. And then I'll just go to talking and then go to the next Sunday. But I got a few things that I think that people will be interested in. Most of them, the stuff is from the 1800s, so it's all collectible stuff. What's up, Judge? No. This guitar here is a Squier 2 made in Korea. I can't remember, but I think this is an 80s. I think this is an 89, if I'm not mistaken. 1989, that's what this one is. Don't quote me on that. Beautiful guitar, though. Hey, over here. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, nice guitar. My camera doesn't like it when I show anything but my face. Yeah, I know you told me that the other day, George. How are you making out on that? Did you get most of the stuff out? Look at me, man. I'm losing weight. I'm looking good. Look at that. Losing it, George. You better catch me, baby. You know what's up. What's up? Anyway, what was I just saying? Exhausted? Yeah, me too. My back is killing me. Man. I think what I'm going to do is pause this thing here from moving. There we go. That way I don't have to worry about it moving. So I got one of them done anyway. That bad boy. Nice guitar. All right, I'm going to grab another guitar. Give me a second. All right, next guitar. Looks like the same one from the last one, huh? But it's not. This one here. So that's one style, right? So that's got a HSS set up in it. This has got SSS set up. And it's actually the real color of this is really a lot lighter. This is actually a metallic cream. The difference between this guitar and the other one is this is a triple S pickup, so 3 single coils, and this one has a rosewood fingerboard, and that one has a maple fingerboard. Just kind of straight by the back. And this one here is a 91. So this was a 91 and the other one was 89. Yeah, well, I like cleaning them up from time to time. I was just saying, check everything out, make sure that everything's okay. I ripped my hiney off today, let me tell you. I pushed it. I have a routine. I'll go out for a couple hours and do whatever I do, and then I go lay down for a few hours. I know better, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It's okay to say no, even when you want to help people, and sometimes I do. When I find it petty, if I find something petty, like people don't need my help, I'll just say no because I know that they're just being lazy. They can do it themselves. But if I know they truly need my help, I try to muster up a little bit of energy to do whatever. Did you get my message, old soul? Huh? Yeah, I understand your situation. Yeah, I get it. Do we need to have an auction for him? No, no, no. Don't go look. I sent it the other day. About the blue things. You know what I'm talking about? Let me say it like this: the blue body bags. just wanted to make sure you got the message. Yeah, me too. I just woke up, but man, I'm wore out. Hey, George, when you retire, you can move to Rhode Island. We can chill out together. We just buy a house next door and we'll aggravate each other. Oh boy, the women would love that. Woo, woo, woo. They'd never see us. Shit, you'd be playing guitar, drums. We'll be chilling down here, running dual streams. People wouldn't know what to do. We could have power hour once a week. You know, somebody asked me, um, if I, ever thought about doing online, Sunday services. And I mean, like, you know, have my services on YouTube or StreamYard or whatever, once a week. I said, look, I'm a minister, and the way that I do it, people tithe privately, you know what I mean? And I do those things. And so I'd have to figure out how to do it privately so that people who wanted to join online um, could be there privately if they choose. And what they tithe would have to be private and all of that stuff. Um, Counseling would have to be set up for private. And there's a lot to it, you know. So I don't know. I think that might be a lot to take on right now. What do you think, Josh? Maybe down the line, but right now it's not on my book of things to do. Not on my book of things to do this time. I got enough on my plate. Maybe if things clear up a little bit and I'm not sucking air out of a Dixie straw. You know what I mean. Yeah, down the road. Not right now, man. I like doing what I'm doing. That'll be for something different than this channel anyway. So, how much did you get done anyway, George? Did you get anything done? No? Move about a third of the house? Hey, that's pretty good, though. Just today? Or is this over a course of a few days? Well, it's sad that his own daughter, you know, is not even helping him. I mean, I don't. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do understand. We know how kids are. Everything's important to them, but whenever you need something done, it's never important. What's up, Jack? That's. I don't think there's a day. Well, there's some kids out there, I suppose, that are all about helping your mom and dad. Oh, Lord. So, besides that, how's everybody doing? Pretty good? I hope so. What's up, Jack? What you up to? Working? Working it? Ain't nothing wrong when you're working it all night long. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's probably. The cookout. Man. Hey, when's the next presidency anyway? No, I am off this weekend going to the powwow in Cherokee, North Carolina. Cool. You talking about for the Southern Cherokee Nation? Is that is that what you're talking about, Jack? You know what we should do sometime, Jack? Well, my family during the um, hostile takeover of the Cherokee Nation, um, my family was a part of the Imperial Council, and when they split off, but you should know this if you know their history, half of them went south and the other half went to Canada. So most people don't even know that. But sometime maybe later, if you ever get a camera or something, maybe we could stream yard together, and we can do informationals. Teach people about you know the Indian nations and what they do, and maybe bring in some people. I think that would be good. We could do something like that because there's so many people out there that really don't know the truth, right? They know what the TV tells them, but they don't know the real truth. You know, they just know made up stories. Telling them the real truth, I don't even know if they believe it or not. Oh, I'm talking down the line. I'm not talking right now, Jack. So you got plenty of time to work overtime and buy yourself some good equipment. Oh, you ain't getting out of this one, Jack. Trust me, brother. Oh, yeah. I don't. You know what? It's funny that so many people believe everything, and they try their hardest to keep the lie going. But you know, I think the problem is nobody ever told them that. It's okay to tell the truth because 95% of it is BS. Here's my thing, right? I'm going to tell you all something. I've been sitting around thinking, and I don't talk about politics too much because I rightfully don't give a rat's butt because I know it's just a bunch of bullshit anyway. So, but here's my gig. They're talking about uh, worrying about reaching a deal, right, for infrastructure. Well, why in the hell are you worrying about infrastructure when you got people in need? Do you think that freaking roads really matter right now and those bridges? Look, I say get the stuff out of the way that you want to get out of the way to help the people first. That's common sense. That's what the right people do. Not worry about roads and everything else is because in my mind, this is what I think. I say, okay, they're thinking about all their friends and family that have businesses that are already linked to the US government that can get paid by passing these bills. This is how this goes on, too, by the way. So by passing these bills, right? So the quicker they pass those bills, the quicker the bread gets in somebody else's pocket, which is a family member, a cousin, or a friend, or something like that. And if you don't think they ain't padding their pockets, they are. That's why the infrastructure is first. Otherwise, they'd be worrying more about taking care of the people. So they got everything ass backwards. You know, it just, it's unbelievable how stupid they are. They put themselves out there because they speak in a dialect, or how should I say it? Not a dialect. Um, they inference their words and enunciate things to make themselves look overwhelmingly smart and intelligent when they're not. That's how I call it. Now, Joe, you tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not. They talk a good game. They use some great words. The philosophies suck. Let me tell you something. So, no party is an angel, right? Neither one of them are perfect. And Republicans are all pissed off because they're capitalist. Those are the rich people. And people who are business people, which I don't have a problem with them. I mean, I'm independent, so I really don't care. But and then you got Democrats that are just wild spenders. Now, generally, your moderate Democrats, they kind of fall somewhere in the middle. And I wish they all fell in the middle and used a little common sense, you know? Uh, what's that guy? I think he's from West Virginia. Can't think of his name. Mutin, Yoni. I don't know what his name is. Anyway, he seemed like a pretty good guy. But, even the good guys, everybody's a little tainted. My problem is take care of the people first, then worry about the freaking bridges. Okay? Stop all that crap that they're doing. I understand you got to spend a little money, but you don't have to go crazy. And look, you're gonna spend money anyway. And can the world do a reset? Absolutely. It just figures. It just numbers. People are always going to be in debt. Most people don't know that. China's in debt to America for about 10 or 11 trillion dollars. Oh yeah, most people don't know that. And that's not the only country. There's many countries that are in debt to us. So, it is what it is. Personally, I think them pricks should have to pay for everything that happened. Everything that happened in every country, I think that they should have to pay for it because they screwed up. Why are they not? Because I think there's other things going on to it. And I don't think there's anybody that's irrational in that has a lick of common sense that wouldn't already know that. So, are you and me going to change it? Oh, yeah, we finance all the enemies. People don't know that. You know, just like, it's so easy for the Roman Catholic Church because they had power. They could control the religions if they want. Well, at one time, maybe in history. Now it's probably a little more difficult. You know what I mean? But at one time, religions controlled religions and denominations. It's a big game. At the top, it's a big game. Trust me. Can you stop it? I doubt it. But here's the problem with power, and it's not just it's not just a saying. It's a philosophy to some people, but to me, if you think about what I'm about to say, with power, with any kind of responsibility of power, is that just that responsibility, and how you deal with that type of power, and that deal with that type of responsibility. It's a lot of stress. Are you always going to make the right decisions? Absolutely not. You're not going to make everybody happy. That's very hard. Uh, it takes time to do that, and you got to keep whatever you're doing's best interest at heart, whether it's people or businesses or religions or what have you. So, it's kind of tricky. Oh, yeah, I know. I know exactly what's going on. I could tell you something and you probably wouldn't believe it, but I'm going to tell you anyway. What if I was to tell you that America works with Russia all the time, strategically, around the world, and they have for many decades? What if I told you they even patrol our borders and not as an enemy? You better know it. You can put it up that they're the bad guy, but they're not the bad guy. Really. Look, they have their own set of laws, rules, and regulations in Russia, right? They're no longer a communist country, but they still have some communist ways about them. You know, they do. So, I tell people, I say, you know, if you really don't know what you're talking about, you shouldn't talk about it. I only know this because, I spent a long time in the military, and I learned, but maybe it's that old saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You got 10,000? That's it? Joe, you wouldn't want to come up against me because you can magnify that by a lot. I probably, a lot more than that. That's all I'm going to say. Well, let me tell you what, Joe. I have 5 Army Rangers within 15 miles of my house. We all live here. 3 Navy SEALs, uh, radar communications guys. Um, one guy was a chief pilot for what was it? I don't know too much about the aircraft, so I have to think about it. But I think he was a Cobra pilot, and then I met another guy here just a few weeks ago, and he just got, I guess he got injured in Afghanistan, got blown up in an IED, but he was a crew chief. I think on either a Chinook or a Blackhawk. I heard that. He told me a story. Just wowed me. So there's a lot of people around here. And I'm just talking a few. Now, in my mind, I know what that amount of people can do. 15 trained, and there's thousands of veterans, thousands of veterans. But I know what 15 well trained men can do. And they're well prepared. Every one of them I've ever talked to or came in contact with, trust me, they're all prepared. The problem with trained military men against just old guys who've been out shooting and hunting their whole life is a big difference. Big difference. I never thought that when I was younger. When you go to war and you see it for yourself and you experience it, it's a big difference. But I'd take them 15 men that are around here that I'm acquainted to over 1,000 guys just out hunting. Because these guys are tactical people. These guys can probably muscle up some stuff that would get her done for us. The only problem I think that you would really have is if you tried to take on, if the country fell apart at itself, like a civil war or something like that. That would be a bloody disaster. Because with aircraft today that are unmanned aircraft that can be deployed from aircraft carriers, X-30, I think it's X-34, X-37, something like that. They're treacherous. So, there doesn't even have to be a human pilot. They can just take people out. So, it's a different world today. And I hope that stuff never happens. It probably won't happen in our lifetime. But if the world keeps going the way they are, they all might be knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. When you got military guys on your side, look, I don't care how long you've been out, you still remember everything that you were taught. It comes that quick. Absolutely. Hey, what's up, Nick? What are you up to? Morning? It's evening time. What are you talking about? What are you up to, man? Chilling like a villain? This neck is a really nice neck. If you look, I put a light sanding on this. I mean, it's really light. It's a nice neck on it, but right here, somewhere, right up in that area, when they put the skunk strip in, I think they didn't sand it all the way. Either that or from expanding and contracting, I can feel it a little bit. Oh, that's cool. All right, next guitar. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm doing, Nick, I'm just sitting down here. Oh, cleaning my guitars up. And the reason why I'm cleaning them up is because I do it from time to time, but a couple weeks ago, guys? I don't know. I don't think Joe was here. Maybe he was. I don't know. He bounces around. But I was cutting gemstones, and I got stuff all over my guitars. So I thought, time to clean them up a little bit. By the way, I use if you want to know what I use on my guitars, I use Mother's Seal Glaze Ultimate Wax. Works great. Great stuff. So I'm cleaning up my guitars. I put a coat of this on it. Usually keeps them pretty good. But with the humidity, you got to clean them too, because sometimes even down here with all the protection I have, you can get surface fungus. So I always try to keep them nice and clean, and I run a dehumidifier. Just as a precaution. And one of these days I'll come down here and intonate them all. Yeah, that ought to be a trip. Some of them are already done, but there are others that haven't been touched. This guitar is an oddball, and I'll tell you why here in a second. So, when Fender was building guitars in Korea, which they make wonderful guitars, I got loads of them. They built them with a Squier name on it, right? So, for the people who don't know that, so Fender sent their Squier series over to Korea back in the 80s and 90s. And I can't remember what year it was. I got a couple of them. The factory burnt down, and they had to bring the production back to America. And those two Squiers up there on the wall, that was super rare. They're really rare because this Squier is made in the United States. All right, that's cool, Jack. So they're really super rare now. The price of them are going up. I mean, big time. One of them, I have the original case still over there. But this guitar, I'll show you here in a second. It's very unique. And I'll show you why. This one doesn't say Squier on the headstock. This one says Fender. I'll show you that in a minute. Just want to get down in here. Some people don't, even clean their guitars. But I think maintenance is the key to keeping your guitar at tip-top performance. Do you have to worry about the nicks and the dents and stuff? No. I mean, unless you got a cracked neck or something like that. Periodically you might, unless you have a carbon reinforced neck, or you have a double truss rod, you don't really have to worry about the neck so much. Hi, Sheena. Or if you have a really thick neck, you don't have to worry about the movement of the neck as much. Um, when you have a single action truss rod, generally you gotta keep your eye on it because if your climate condition wherever you store your guitar is wacky, then it'll have a more than likely it will, you know, the wood will expand and contract because all wood is really hollow fibers, right? So all the fibers in the wood are hollow. Most people don't even know that. Oh, you're welcome, Sheena. Glad you got your package. You're welcome. Um, what was I going to say? So, you know, with that being said, because you know that it moves, wood moves. You know, I don't care whether it's a guitar or what it is. You know, it will always expand and contract moisture because the wood will always suck up moisture and let it out. All right, see you, Joe. Take care. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Um, so I tell people, you know, you got to keep that into consideration when you're, you know, you're storing or hanging your guitars up or whatever. If it isn't climate controlled, you can, you know, it can easily go out. You know, so keep that in mind. And some people don't know that. Some people think they know that, but they don't know that. So I try to let people know. But if you look, see how that says Fender, made in Korea? So these are a rare bird too. They came back with a different set of clusins in the back. Yeah. And square neck plate. So these are kind of rare. This one's got a semi-flaming neck on it. But yeah, they're kind of rare. It's a nice guitar. It's beautiful. 3-piece body. Plays good. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, these guitars were built really good. Some of them were crap. Okay, so some of them that were made in Korea were crap. And some of them were great. Just really depend on the year and what they were using for parts. And, you know what's funny about guitars, and I think this can go for even cars and stuff like that too. I'll tell you what's funny about it. The day of the week that it's made can have a lot to do with how well it was made. Probably a Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday guitar. You don't want the Friday guitars because everybody's in a rush to get off and go have a beer or something, right? Or start their weekend. And you don't want a Monday guitar because they might still have a hangover. I know I say that, but there's a lot of truth to that. To that. And weight of a guitar has a lot to do with, some people, they might not believe this, but as a luthier, as a guitar builder, mandolin. Uh, I've only made, God, I can't remember now. It's been a long time. I think I only made like one or two fiddles. Um, I helped make a violin with my master. He's a master luthier, and he's the guy that showed me how to build guitars and mandolins and violas and violins. God, you name it, he had it, and he worked on it. And pretty much they're all the same. I mean, the scale lengths will probably be different, you know. Uh, there's all kinds of different scale lengths, more than you know. And sometimes people expect, you know, luthiers just to be able to whip it out and do it. No, we use books too. We have reference guides and books. All your best luthiers, all your best guitar builders, they all have books and charts and guides and stuff. There are certain things that you'll know. Cluson tuners, open back tuners, different brands of tuners. The different types of plastics or manufactured new bone, ivory, whatever. I mean, there's lots of different things that they use. You might know that based upon how many of that specific model that you ever made or fixed or repaired or whatever. But guitar builders and luthiers, they don't know everything about everything. They don't. It's impossible. There are so many different types of guitars, so many different types of scale lengths, so many different types of strings. I mean, it's a big world, you know. And what gets me is sometimes you get people, well, you don't know that, and so knows that, so that must mean you're not a very good luthier. No, that just means I don't know too much about that, you know. I'll show you something. Now, a lot of people who work as guitar repairmen or luthiers or whatever, they have certain ways that they do things. And like when you're setting your strings across the nut, right? So when you're setting your strings across here, right? And you're using plastic or even bone, right? They'll take a pencil and they'll run a pencil through each one of those slots. And what it does is it helps to let the strings slide a little better, right? So they don't bind up. Because sometimes if you're playing a guitar and you get that tinging sound, like it goes tink 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 like that, gives you that like a high pinging sound. That could be because it's binding in that nut. Sometimes you can bind on a saddle too. These are, for you guys who don't know, this is your saddle, right? And there's different types of saddles which I can show you. So I can bind in the saddle coming across this point. So because different saddles work differently, sometimes it can bind here. So what they use is graphite, which is just a pencil, right? So you just use a you know, regular pencil like this. So when you're changing your strings, or if you have this problem, you might have new strings, right? So all you got to do is take the string off, right? And then just run your pencil in there, right? Run it in there a little bit, and then just put your string back in. Well, I use something a little different. I use this. I use a graphite lubricant. Now, you just kind of tap it down in there, right? Because it's the same thing as the pencil. See it? I don't know. Let me get it up close to you. You can see where I put it in there. See the blackness right there? And then once I do that, then I could take a Q-tip and then I just rub it down in there a little bit. And I can wipe off the excess. Now, you say, well, do they perform the same way? Well, here's the difference. When you're crushing a pencil down in the, that's what you're doing. You're crushing the pencil down in there, right? Just by putting that powdered graphite in there, you push the powdered graphite down in there, and then what you do is you rub it in with a Q-tip. So both methods work, and both are acceptable to doing, to getting the job done on what you're trying to do. Um, I think that the engineered nuts that they make today, the new bone type, um, I think that they work the best because you don't have to do anything. They really slide good, because they're a composite material that doesn't bind generally. So, and if somebody cuts the nut correctly and takes the time for filing, then it won't bind either. But let's face it, people are all in a rush to make a lot of money. And when you own big companies like Fender and Gibson and Guild and Ibanez and Gretsch and whoever else, G&L, unless it's a custom shop guitar, they're trying to get these babies out the door, make money. Now, when you go to your smaller companies, even Fender, if you want a Fender Custom or a Gibson Custom, or you want to get a Heritage Custom or Paul Reed Smith, look, they fine tune them in their custom shops. Now, one thing I will say, I might get my butt chewed out for this. I'm going to tell you something about Paul Reed Smith guitars. I've owned, probably 20 Paul Reed Smith guitars, and I haven't one time not had a guitar set up. Not one time did I not buy a Paul Reed Smith guitar that wasn't already set up. So either I'm the luckiest guy in 20 guitars, well, that's their standard. Do I think that they can slip through the door sometimes? Yeah, but it really matters on the Q&C, right? Quality control. And I think Paul's really, a stickler on quality control, because if it's an overseas guitar and it comes back to the United States, it's seen by a guitar tech, and the guitar technician looks over it and sets it all up, make sure that everything's all ready to go before it goes to the consumer in the United States. So I think that type of business ethic is needed in a lot in each and every company. And I don't care if it's $100 guitar or $100,000 guitar. There are certain things that need to be done. Now, look, you don't expect the pickups to be the best pickups in the world or whatever. But I think that if they got the quality right on cutting the nut right and making sure that the fret ends are not sharp and that they're rounded right, just like that over there, right? Them frets are beautiful on that thing. That's a $350 guitar. Frets are beautiful on it. Absolutely phenomenal. On that green guitar right there, that Ivy, frets were great on it. So, if you keep a certain standard, taking care of your frets, setting the fretboard up, making sure the action's set right, cutting the neck correctly, those are things that are really important on any guitar. And it doesn't take that much time to do it. It really doesn't. So, my suggestion to those companies is take a little extra time to do those things, and you'll have a lot less returns. You'll have a lot less people giving up playing guitar because it's too hard, or it's cutting their hands, or it's binding, it ain't sounding right, So taking the steps and the measures to do those things first, because let's face it, there's different types of players and collectors. There's people who collect because as an investment. There's people that collect because they like something, a different sound, or um, they like the color, or they like the headstock. There's just something different about it, so they have those type of guitars. Um, and then you got the players, and players are the same way. You know, they have studio guitars, they have gigging guitars, they have sit at home and jam guitars. You know, they have all kinds of different guitars. That's just how musicians are. But one thing that about musicians is the playability of the guitar. You know, what it looks like doesn't really make a difference. What it sounds like when it plays like does matter. Um, I think that the standards have come a long way since I started playing guitar. You know, um, back in the '80s. Actually, my first guitar was a little itty bitty guitar, and I started playing that in 1970 or 71. But that doesn't really count. But I'm talking. I started to tinker with guitars and play around with them back in the '80s, and then in the early '80s, and then in the late '80s, I started learning how to build them and fix them, modify them. I studied under a master luthier. And then in the '90s, you know, I tinkered a little more and a little more. So over the years, I've progressed in my knowledge, and you know, I read books and I study things, and you know, I never take on projects that I don't think that I can't fix. And sometimes I, you know, take on projects that other people wouldn't touch. You know, broken necks and 15 or 20 different pieces. Just as long as I have all the pieces, I can put it back together. It's like a puzzle. You just got to know, you know, what type of glue to use, how long to let one piece sit in before you put the next piece in. You know, you know, you can do it, but it takes a lot of time. And some people don't have the patience for that. So, you know, on a $100 guitar, it's probably not worth it. Unless that $100 guitar means the world to you, then it could be worth, you know, having a technician or a luthier fix it. Most of that time is, you know, is generally spent um, on things that are very personal to the person or very expensive. So, you know, if you fix a neck on a, you know, uh, 1969 Telecaster, right? And then it's the original neck. You know, even though it's been repaired, it's still the original neck. And originality has a lot to do with collectability. So, and in the collector's world, okay, it was repaired, but it's still the original neck. Now, if you replace the neck, then it needs to be replaced by an exact copy with the exact serial number and all that stuff from whoever, Gibson, Fender, you know, whatever, Guild, and that gets expensive. And then if you don't tell the people, you know, they'll never know. And I don't think that that's good, you know, because the '69 Telecaster should look a little dinged up, you know, unless nobody ever played it. You know, I mean, I've seen a lot of, you know, '50s no cat. I see no casters, Telecasters, uh, Esquires. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all kinds of guitars. I've held guitars that are now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, I mean, so it's kind of amazing um, that you see them prices today. And I think there's a lot of other people that are pretty amazed at that. And some people still play those big dollar guitars. And some people they buy them and they just put them away. what's the good in that? Guitars were meant and built to be played. And that's why when I build a guitar for somebody, I build it to play it. I don't build it to, sit on the wall as a trophy. Of course, some people do that, but because it takes me so long. It takes me a year and a half, 2 years sometimes. Because I do things in my time. I don't do things in other people's time. So, have I made mistakes? Oh God, I made a lot of mistakes, and that's how you learn, and that's how you become better. You can always learn something from somebody, even if they're not a luthier. You can learn something from them. You can. So I tell people always be open-minded. Don't be closed-minded when it comes to building anything. I don't care if it's a bookshelf or whatever. You can always learn something from people. You can always learn new tricks of the trade. So, people who are closed-minded, and people see that, they just ain't gonna want to do anything with you. So always be open-minded to that, and people are always willing to teach you. I had a guy who was I'd call him a master luthier. This guy's an incredible luthier, and way better than I ever could be. I mean, he's been doing it longer than I've been alive. So, but he's like one of them kind of guys that, oh, I ain't teaching my trade secrets and teaching people that because it takes money out of my pocket when you tell people how to do things. I'm not gonna, I don't mind showing people about setups, checking wood and, the types of grains and, next constructions and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go into certain types of trade secrets. No. Those are things that you got to earn along the way. But I don't mind teaching people the basic stuff. And there's a lot of people out there today. I call them the phony balonies. What they do is they'll go and they'll get a quick class somewhere, and the next thing you know, they're on YouTube teaching stuff. Because they can be reading something or watching something from another guy's channel or whatever, go on there and do it, make everybody think that they're a professional, and they're not. But they make people think that. It takes years and years and years of time and, living and breathing these things. Whatever you do, whether it's coins, or gemstones, or cars, or building cabinets, or building houses, or, whatever. When people do it all the time, then they're in the profession. That's a profession. But for people to get on and make themselves look like something they're not, that's not cool to me. I'm not impressed. Anyway, look at this beauty. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, she's got a few dents in her and stuff, but her condition is really good. She's beautiful. Fender. Squire. A Fender Squire, not a Squire by Fender. A Fender Squire, right? Weird. Weird, weird, weird. I set the action up pretty low on this baby. I think that's like a mil. I like it about 1.5 mils on the high E and the low E, on the first and sixth string. And then I just put a graduation in it. It's a really nice guitar. I like it. I like it. I like it. The next one I'm not going to play with. I'll show you this one. I'm not going to do the body on this one. This one here, this Strat here, assigned to me by Esteban and his drummer, Joe Maury. I worked for him. I sold some merchandise and stuff for them years ago, back in 2008. This is a 20th anniversary Squire. So I usually don't mess with the front of this one. The fretboard maybe, but I usually just clean the back, whatever. I don't mess with the front of it. This is a personal guitar. So I just kind of just dinker around with it, clean it off a little bit. She's got some wall marks on her. Trust me. She's got some wall marks on her. I played her. This has a two. I don't know if this has a one piece or a two piece body. I think it might be a one piece. Maybe. No, this is a two piece body. You can't tell, man. It's really tough. It's tough to tell. Yep. Esteban has quite the story. I don't know if there's anything on YouTube about him, but he got quite the story. Heck of a guitar player, I'll tell you that. You should look up him. If you guys ever get a chance, look up Esteban. Check him out. Quite an amazing guy. His kids play too. Yeah. Nice guy. Check him out if you've never heard of Esteban. Yeah. Oh, Esteban. But I like it because I worked for him. He signed it for me. Some musicians are just musicians, right? I mean, you got some of them that just love themselves so much. They're the greatest thing that ever hit the face of the earth. And then you got other guys that are just down to earth. And he's just one of them down to earth kind of guys. I've worked for several different people over the years. In one way or another, whether I was, doing guitar tech work for them, or boothia work, or selling stuff for them, or whatever. I've had a really interesting life. One that very few people will ever have. Good and bad, Good and bad. Has it always been peaches and cream? No, sure it hasn't. No. But I've had a lot of fun. It's funny. Most of my family don't even know what I've ever done. Some of them do. I mean, they don't know the magnitude of it. Like I used to DJ. Most people don't even know that. Back in the days when we used to spin discs, right? Most people don't even know that. My son can tell you. He used to go with me once in a while. Yep. I've worked in all kinds of stores, music stores over the years. I've helped build music stores. Interesting stuff. Yep. And I tell people, music is interesting. And I say, if you're young and you're aspiring to be a musician, you might start off and be broke for a while. But there'll be people there to help you along the way. If you allow them to. Just be cautious. That's all I say. Be cautious. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. So always be careful. Get to know the people, who they are, what they're about, whether they're out for themselves or they're out to truly help you. You know, that's pretty important. It's a dog eat dog world today. It really is. So be careful. Conscientious of that. That's a nice guitar. Butterscotch. Pretty cool, huh? I like it. Oh, it says a strap. Pretty neat. All right. Let's see. Let's get this one here down. Here's an old bird. Here is this sucker. This one here is this a 90s or 80s strap? I don't know. I can't remember. Is it 90s or 80s? I mean, this thing is, you can tell it's aging. Look at the nut on it. Hey, welcome back. What was you doing? Eating or something? Was you eating? I'm still cleaning, George. I'm still cleaning. I got a lot of them to do. I'm just kind of poking along with them. Mostly just want to chat and different things. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, I was telling George, I don't own, I have a custom Telecaster on the wall, which I'll bring down in a few minutes. But I don't own a regular American made standard Telecaster. I don't own one, which is really odd. I mean, I have two uh, Mexican Telecasters, and then I own a G&L ASAT Classic Telecaster, and I own a James Burton Custom Telecaster. And I own, well, I built that Telecaster over there. I built that one. But the funny thing is I don't own an American Telecaster. So anybody wants to donate one to me, I'd appreciate it. Put it on my wall. Let me know. Send me an email. Sure like to have one for my wall. I say for my wall, but I play it. This guitar has been through hell and back. I used to play the crap out of this thing. This is a good guitar. I haven't played it in years. Got a little rusty. One of these days, I'm gonna have to take it all apart and clean all the rust off of it and everything. But she's aged well. She sure has aged well. Good old girl. Did you get through all your pennies, George? Did you get through them all? I meant to ask you that. I didn't know if you got through all your pennies or not. Did you hear me? Did you get through all your pennies and stuff? I didn't know if you did or not, so figured I'd ask. Man, I can't believe how many. 30. I didn't know if you got through all your pennies or not. Yeah, I used to play the heck out of this guitar. But some of them I don't. I mostly played my Paul Reed Smith, and I mean, once my guitar's done, I'll probably play that most of the time. That and my Paul Reed Smith. I mean, I play them all, but it really depends. My go-to guitar is that guitar. That McCarty. Um, that's a different type of guitar. They don't make anything like that anymore. I think they have their own series. That's a McCarty double cut. They make McCarty single cuts now. McCarty 594s. So that one is kind of a special guitar. Has a lot of special stuff on it, and I did the inlay to it too. So it's just a really special guitar, and it has a low um, number on it too. So it's a nice guitar. You could search a million guitars and never find one like that. And as a guitar builder, as a luthier, they did a great job. They really did. And I like to, everybody knows that I've told them before, every year I buy myself a guitar, a special guitar for me, as a little reward. And but last year I bought what? What did I buy last year? Last year I bought the Epiphone 59 Les Paul. And then, actually I bought that. And I bought the Earth. Because it was a little lower of a price than what I usually spend. So, yeah, huh?
To get the blanket?
I'll get it for him.
Okay. And one of the other ones in the bag?
Huh?
Another one that's in the blanket in the bag?
You need a blanket in the bag. Where's he at?
He's upstairs. I told him you were doing live.
Well, how come he couldn't come down?
Well, I told him you were live.
No, he can come down and say hi to everybody. So anyway, I beat the hell out of that guitar over the years. My son probably remembers this guitar, don't you?
Hey, nice shot. I got one of them just like it.
Hey, remember this guitar back in the day when we lived in Oregon?
It's hard.
Yeah. Remember I scratched the back of it and
Oh
got
wow,
pissed
that was
off? You remember that one?
a long time ago.
Look how yellow that nut is.
Bone, right?
Yeah, look how it's aged though. You want to say hi to everybody? Go ahead, sit down and say hi. I'll get you. Ah, go ahead. It's
You're
just
the
my
hit.
buddies. Go ahead.
You're the internet sensation.
No, go ahead. There's only a couple people on. Go ahead and say hi to George, my friend George.
What's up, guys?
They're low key people, man. They're not. It's not like crazy. Hooked you up. Look,
Awesome.
Dad hooked you up.
Look at now.
I had to go. Took me 30 minutes to find it. Look at that. It's all defungled and everything. Look. Oh, what else you need? A blanket?
I can't find my damn air mattress. They looked everywhere. So I'm just gonna rough it.
Air mattress?
Yeah. I have one, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. I have one of the ones you just plug it in, hit the button, or it takes batteries, I think. I don't think you have to plug it in. It doesn't make much sense in the middle of the woods.
What color you want? Red so that the bulls come and get you? Or you want polka dot?
Makes no difference. I have a feeling it's gonna get cold tonight. I got a
That-
tarp. I
That's
put a
probably,
tarp under the tent, and I'm kind of thinking I should have put it over it.
that's a pretty warm sleeping bag.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Go off.
No, I'm gonna take this stuff upstairs. I'll come back.
Okay. He's coming back now. All right. Going camping. Going to hide. Going camping. I told him camping's a good idea, right, guys? Right? Hey, welcome back, Jack. Went to CVS? Yeah, I gotta go to CVS tomorrow for Mary. Her shoulder, boy. Her whole arm, guys, all through here is all black and blue. Her, and she's got a. They went in through here. They went through here, and they went through here. Ah, she's hurting. So, trust me, she's feeling it. And you know how it is. A couple days after you have a surgery, it really starts to hurt. So she's a hurt for certain. So she's feeling it. Trust me when I tell you, she is feeling it. I'd be a feeling it too, to be honest with you. Oops, sorry guys. I don't like to go to the doctors unless I have to. It is not one of my things. I'm not a lover of the doctors. Not that they don't have the job, but some doctors are just not that. You know. I want to pick up a couple of cameras. Do you believe they charge? Say what? I went to pick up a couple of cameras. Do you believe they charge $27 for them? They used to cost $8. Well, this camera, it has well, I'll show you. It will autofocus on me, right? So it'll follow me wherever I go. This camera. And then these cameras here, well, this one here was, I think, $300. And that one there was $189, that camera. And this one here, yeah. And then the one upstairs was $79. But the one that I want to get, which is super nice, it's a Marantz. So it's a camera and it has a coil microphone built into it. And I like Marantz. Marantz was, I believe, the first stereo system that was ever made. Most people don't know that. And I have a lot of Marantz stereos. Matter of fact, I got them all boxed away. And the one that I actually use, well, I bought one for Mary years ago, and I have one that I bought years ago. It's in my bedroom. So, and I use. I'm going to be doing a review soon on this. You guys see this? This is a PSW10 Polk Audio subwoofer. So I'll be doing a review on this. One of these days I'll hook it up to my stereo and we'll jam it out and see what it does. But I use in my room, I have a 12-inch actually, let's see, what do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Infinity speakers, Infinity USA, and then I have what else do I got? Then I have 2 clip speakers, and then I have a 12-inch clip sub. And then over there in the corner, down here, I run EV speakers for my mains. And then up there, I run SA speakers for my vocals. And then down there, I have a Seismic Audio 18-inch subwoofer. Something's wrong with it, though. I don't know why it cuts in and out when I put the power to it. I have to figure that out one day. So I didn't want to play with that. So what I thought was I'd pick up one of these Polk Audios. They got a great review, so I'm going to check it out one day and we'll figure it out. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. So one of these days, probably this week or something coming up, I'm going to do a review on this 10-inch Polk Audio. I got it for a good deal, but I want to see that.
What's it Polk? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Polk Audio 10-inch sub,
Nice.
powered sub.
Yeah.
I actually picked it up on Amazon for $100.
Is it a home monitor or a home sub or yeah?
Yeah, it's a home powered sub. But it's 100 watts. And it's got good reviews, so I mean I got an 18-inch sub over there, but the problem is it keeps clipping out and I don't know why. I haven't got into it to figure out why or run a diagnostic test to it, so I figured I'd just pick this up for $100. it saves me from having to go over there and mess with it. And I'll tell you what, my time's worth something. That's that in a nutshell. And then I'm building a cabinet for the mini amps over there, the Bandcamp mini amp over there. So I'm building a custom cabinet for that too.
Which one? That mini two?
Yeah, that thing's pretty bad.
One of those ones you're on planets.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm gonna build a cabinet just for that. And probably what I'll do is I'll mount it in the cabinet with all the little speakers.
St. Patty's Day guitar?
Well, that's an Ivy. See your uncles? See how your uncles is? Well,
That one's more yellow. This one.
that's got a beautiful top on it.
Yeah, it's space.
And I got it for a good price. You know, they make good
It's
guitars.
maple, right?
Yeah, that's a curly.
Tiger.
That's a curly tiger flame maple. Because it's got the curls in it with the flame, and it's got that
Stripes.
tiger stripe. It's a really nice guitar. They do a really good job on their guitars. Like I was very impressed with the price. You know, I mean for the price you can't beat it. I mean, it's this guitar over here is a this is a James. I'll show you guys. This is a James Burton custom guitar. James Burton, for all you guys who don't know who he was the lead guitarist for Elvis Presley.
Shit.
Okay. See how that camera's going back and forth? between us?
I noticed that.
I think it's tweaking out. But on the back, it's got flames too. Look.
It just knows where the shot's at.
Yeah. On the back, it's got the flames too. So it's got the flames on both sides. Oh yeah, this is expensive guitar.
I like how they did the design inside the mat.
Yeah, just don't drop
That banana print inside. Flames. They did a good job. I wonder if that's a print. It looks like someone might have done that.
That's paint.
The gold is definitely paint. Oh yeah. No, they laid a decal and then went around it with gold pen because you can see where the trace.
That's probably what it was. This looks.
Yeah.
You could tell this is done with gold paint.
Yeah.
Because see how that little jet is? You can tell that from a hand, right?
Yeah, they stuck it. What they did is they stuck those decals and went around it with the marker.
Probably. The paisley part.
Yeah.
People like that paisley.
That banana print. Still agree with them.
Hey, we could probably buy some guitars.
It
You can
says
do paisley.
BB.
Maybe what we could do is buy a couple, buy like $500 guitars, set them all up. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
have
I
you-
still want to woodburn one of these for sure.
well, maybe I can have you
It
paint.
would have to be a maple top. I can paint.
Yeah, have you paint.
I like doing like that old rat rod, like pinstripey. Like
Yeah.
rat pink.
They'd like that. We'd probably pay $300 a guitar. Pearl wood.
Those look nice.
That's the only. I was just telling them guys, I don't own a regular Telecaster, regular American standard Telecaster. That's a custom. You see what I did? See all the white stuff all over the wall? And all of my guitars? Well, I was,
What is that? It's like a paint can blue.
I had-
your mother's.
no, I had
Huh?
this up and I was cutting gems and I had the speed going too fast and too much water.
Too much RPM.
Oh, water got in this tank. And it
How
started flickering and it went all over every guitar, all over the whole thing, all over there. I mean, you can
gotta
see
get
it.
yourself-
It goes all the way over there.
You gotta get yourself a little plexiglass gas cabinet,
Yeah, I know.
like a sandblast box.
Too little, too late now.
The action.
What's up, Gail? What's up, girl? Which one's handsome, him or me? You better answer this shit correct, too.
Well, the camera just answered
Yeah,
for you. There you
right. That's right. Me. Thank you, Nudge. Nope, no, now it's back to you. Now it's back to me.
go. Can't decide.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, where are you going? Get back over here. Hey, what's your problem?
Probably the sound.
jamming on the guitar. Anyway, for you guys that don't know, this is my son, Robert Jr., better known as Trouble.
The capital T.
He's playing my song that I wrote. He only heard it like 10 trillion,
Was that when you
975
wrote it?
billion. Yeah. I told him I've been doing guitars for years. Remember when we used to do DJing? Spin the disc?
He used to make me dance with all the
That's
old
right.
ladies.
Spin the disc, baby. Man, that stuff was heavy, boy. You don't know until you have to pull all that equipment by yourself. We had what was it, a red trailer we had? Big red
Yeah,
trailer.
we got from Pastor Brown.
Oh, no, he bought it from us. Remember?
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, he bought it from us. And, well, he never bought it.
We
Yeah.
brought it from Indiana.
I bought it, and then he was supposed to buy it, and, well, he never paid me, but whatever.
I knew that part of the story too. I just was. Pastor Brown, you stole my dad $500.
That's right, Pastor Brown. I love you, but guess what, Dad? You still owe me money. Which I guess he'll be owing me for the rest of my life because I'll probably never get it. I'm coming to Santa Claus, Indiana to get your ass. Anyway. I can show you guys the tragedy guitar that I have to fix one day. There once was a time. Hey, what's up, Dove? What's going on? What you up to, man? We need to have a phone chat. All right. Well, just send me a text next week, not this weekend, man. Please. I've had enough this week, don't you think? Hey,
Listen,
Hey.
I've been in the line of fire.
hey, he'll tell you. Look, just one of them weeks, man. Just one of them
Wake
weeks.
up, call the sky blue, and have the world tell you it's red.
That's right. It's just been one of them shitty. I'm just gonna say it like that, Pastor. Not shitty weeks. It's been shitty for everybody. It's not just been one person. It's been everybody who's.
Best way to put it, some weeks you're the statue, other weeks you're the pigeon.
Yep,
This was definitely a statue week.
that's right.
We were not
Statue of
pigeons.
pigeon.
We were
right?
not pigeons.
That's right. Well, all you see is a line of statues in this family this week. That's all it's been. A lineup of
Yeah,
statues.
with bird seed on them.
Yeah, everybody's like, and that would be the expression because it's like, what? Everything.
Shocked.
It's just one of them what weeks.
Afraid to breathe.
Been hot, miserable. I mean, it's like troubles around every corner. You can't. And I told Robert something really important. I told him that a couple times though. I said, "See the end of that driveway down there? I don't give a rat's ass what goes on past the end of that driveway. I'm just being honest, right? I don't care because the world out there is really weird.
Oh,
It really is.
man.
I mean, you got to put the full armor on. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to put another set of armor on top of the armor
And still be on the lookout.
because they're after you, hungry. And truth doesn't really exist much out there. You guys know this, right? We just talked about this.
It's not what's true, it's what
It's what they want to
is
be true.
What is easiest perceived. What is the easiest for most people? to
Instead of
perceive.
finding out the facts, it's like, oh, let's guess what the facts are.
And then we're gonna run with it. Instead
Yeah. And then they say this one said that, and that one said this, and they never said it. You can pretty much tell by somebody's composure whether they're bullshitting.
yeah, well, some of us have to prove ourselves.
Unfortunately, life is full of proving, right, guys? Prove, and more prove, and then when you get done proving, then you got to go right back to
Life's a
proving.
gamble, a test.
Oh,
I mean,
there goes my
nothing they
phone.
really compare life to is really all that.
Hey, remember the day? Yeah, what's up? What's up, my homies?
Quit it.
What?
Yeah, it was about that big because you couldn't hold the big
That's right. I can't turn my back out. Have to go see the
Put it
doctor.
back. Oh man, you got me. That was a low blow.
Ah, hey. You think I'm not on my game?
Oh,
These guys eat you up when you say something wrong. Oh my God.
Oh
You
man,
gotta be on top of it. These are a
Yeah,
bunch of
I
OGs.
don't have the energy.
Huh?
Yeah, the old men are the worst, man. They got
I
all the
know
good
it.
whips.
They've
Or
already.
good quips. Quips? Is that
I don't know. That's.
No, I think it's quip is like
I thought you said queef.
no quip. Quip. It doesn't even sound similar.
In my world, it did. Hey, it's been one. Oh, knock that thing off. It's been one of them weeks. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. Lord save me.
Are you sleeping by yourself or you camping with somebody else?
Yeah, I'm popped up in the tent. They got they got tents and everything going on.
Oh, bonfires.
Well, no bonfire tonight. Tomorrow's the party, but we
They
set
having
up,
fireworks.
where we set up the tent is over the fire pit, so the fire pit's not.
They having fireworks.
I don't know. All depending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there in the middle.
I heard that they were low on fireworks this year.
No, they're not low on fireworks. They're trying to get rid of fireworks. They don't want to give people black
Those
powder.
lying bastards.
Man, they just don't want to give us.
Oh, you just came on the news. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of fireworks
Oh,
this
there's a
year.
shortage of black powder in the world.
Oh
all
my
of a
God.
sudden, right?
Yeah. You know
Oh,
why?
why? 'Cause
Because
China-
somebody didn't get their little snakes to burn.
Well, it kind of makes sense because China being hit so hard.
Hey, China owes us money.
They're probably the number one producer of fireworks, though. Black
Oh,
powder.
they are.
Yeah, so I could see that being affected.
You
But
can't have made in America cost 10 times more.
the question I have though is if there's a shortage, then how come there's not an increase in the price? Because if there's a true shortage, you know what I mean, people are going to be paying more for their stock, so they would in turn have to charge more. So you would think there'd be some jump in price, but they're just selling less.
Oh, okay.
Sounds to me like maybe they just issued less permits or something.
You know, I don't get it. I really
It's
don't.
all control, man. Somebody's plan, and then that guy leaves halfway through his plan. The next guy comes in with a different plan. He gets halfway through his plan.
That's no
passes
different
it
than
on.
having a doctor, right?
Man,
Got everything all set
they
up.
Just changed my
Just
life.
got all your medicine fixed, right? You know what's really weird? See this guitar, how it's cut out here?
Yeah.
This was done way before anybody thought about doing this. I wonder if somebody bought one of these James Burton guitars and said, ah, that's the cutout to have. Yeah, okay, Gail. Okay, that's cool. Thank you very much. You don't need to thank me, but you can if you want.
What, hang out?
No, she just want to thank me for talking to her. You know, everybody needs to be loved. Anyway, what was I saying? What was we bitching about? Something.
There's firework permits. or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
and then
firework.
the back of the guitar, the cutout. Somebody said that.
No, that was after. There was something before.
Fireworks. Shortage of fireworks.
Sure.
Did you hear? I seen this thing on Facebook. I don't know if it was a factual event or not, but they were talking about some truck they busted full of IEDs and fireworks.
What?
Yeah, and like I don't know.
IED.
I'm like, if this is a fictitious post, it's a terrible thing for somebody to think is entertaining. And if it's not,
Bro,
what the
90%
hell
of everything we
going on?
watch on TV or that goes on is bullshit.
Yeah,
You
you don't
know
believe
that.
half of what you, nothing you hear and half of what you see.
That's right. None of what you hear and half of what you see. But unfortunately, we have to deal with everything that we hear.
Well, it's not what's true; it's what people believe.
Well, what is the real truth? What people
Truth is
agree
what
is
people
true,
agree is
right?
true. Yeah.
Right? That's it. That's the real truth.
Go in the middle of Amazon.
Just depends on if you get more people on your side to believe it's true.
Hey, there's still Aborigines tribes out there that eat people, and they think that's okay. It's morally acceptable.
They're hungry.
And we don't think that's okay,
Hey,
so we're not going to be cool
Just
with
as
it.
long as they're only eating their own kind. I mean, hey,
but
that's
I'm
their
saying
business.
that just goes to prove, you know what I mean? Whatever the masses accept,
Bro,
the rest.
I ain't going to Africa.
I think it's South America,
Because look,
some island somewhere.
look, I'm a little chunky, and my friend George is a little chunky, and well,
I want to go check out those H blocks. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
They're these ancient. It's like they're all over actually. They have them at Machu Picchu. And then they
yeah.
have
Oh,
them,
I know what you're talking
And
about.
then they have them at the near the Nazca lines. They have something they're called like the H blocks, but they're these stone blocks that are cut so precise and fitted so tightly together that even stonemasons today say, "Look, we couldn't fucking do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We couldn't do that with the tools we got. We can't move that rock with a big ass truck." And they're like, "Oh, these guys
built a dirt ramp and rolled it up the
And they
hill.
didn't just do it that. They did it
Yeah.
on top of a mountain,
I think they-
right?
yeah,
That's like 10,000 feet
if
above
there was
everything.
ever a way to say, hey, we ain't no punks, it's to build a fucking fortress out of stone on the top of a mountain and then leave no trace of how you did it. Like, yeah, we did it. Good luck trying to figure it out how. Oh yeah, they packed them up there with mules and shit.
How
Get the
you,
fuck out of here. We
how
can't
you
do it
gonna
today.
go?
Give me all the steroid beef poker in the world and this world's strongest mules. Have at it. Bet you ain't getting
That's a
them up
long
them hills.
ways. Of,
Slaves ain't
how you
taking them
gonna
up
get a
them hills.
mule up there? Even a
You
mule
ain't.
couldn't go 10,000
With a
feet
fucking
up.
rock that big?
I
A
doubt
rock as big as this house? Nah, never happened.
How many people do you think would take to move a boulder that high up?
Not even as big as this house. Just one the size of this
My
room.
thing is where did it come from?
Oh,
100 miles
they're
away?
saying it came from the mountain peak across. So they had
You
they
mean we
had
chucked it
skyline
100 miles?
mules.
How many? Yeah, take you 5 years to move one big stone.
they don't know shit.
No
they
way.
done.
I
watching
say
this
it's
thing.
the Nephilim,
I was watching this.
giants.
Well, could be true too, or it could just be that we have some technology that's gone lost to the ages and we
Very
just haven't
right.
rediscovered it yet.
That's right.
And when they come upon it, they're gonna be like, well, shit. Or they figured it out and they're like, oh, no, we can't. We're gonna use this for military tech for another 100
Judge
years.
says you just got to get it rolling. So maybe it was a big rolling stone,
Yeah, that's a hell of a roll.
right?
How you keep it rolling? That's the question. Getting it rolling ain't the issue. It's keeping that mother rolling.
I don't know.
Uphill, that's a trick.
Maybe they issued them drugs.
No, I think we just lost.
They gave
I
him lots
think
of
they-
drugs that
But
gave
here's
him
the thing,
muscles.
is, if you took the world today and it suffered a great catastrophe and people died off in masses and then nature was left to take over, you know what I mean, after a century for sure, you're going to see very little, well, maybe nowadays it's probably different with plastics and everything, but it's going to drastically change. And if
Well,
they even have a part of the timeline right, you know, which they don't. I mean,
my thing is
there's just no way they did it without technology.
look what happened over there in Russia, right? When that nuclear explosion went off, right? At what's the name?
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl,
Chernobyl.
right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of beautiful animals and plants and everything there now,
Yeah, living inside
Right?
radiation.
and multiplied beyond what it
Yeah,
used to
nature's.
be. Right?
Well, look at the DMZ, North South Korea. They have more. They have wildlife in that DMZ that was thought to be extinct prior, but we can't be there. So it's like anywhere that's really hostile for man is really good for wildlife.
Hey, maybe they did it for that reason. I don't know.
Well, Biblioteke, that place they found, they went and dug it up.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of stones carved like men, and they have depictions of hunter and gathering and skilled artisans who carved these stones. But they're talking about this dates prior to the timeline when they said we was running around with dreadlocks and spears huddled around campfires.
Dreads?
It's like 10,000 years before
Bro.
that. So it's like, okay, well,
We
they
were
just
hanging
proved
out
y'all
with
wrong.
dreadlocks.
Like, oh, it's speculation, speculation.
They were shooting off fireworks tonight. Right? You know, I'm going to tell you something you're going to think is really weird.
So,
Okay? So, I was looking at the Grand Canyon, right? And the Grand Canyon, for some reason, fascinates me, and I don't really
Yeah, me
understand
too.
why, right? But I was looking. It sure does look like there might have been pyramids there at one time.
oh, what about that one over in Bosnia they found?
So, now remember, if you put all the land masses together, it would be one land mass, right?
Sure. What do they call that? They call it that something. They have a name for it.
I don't know what they call it, but so it's very possible that those pyramids were all over every continent, right? They were just different. That's what I believe.
Well, even like Egyptian history, I was watching
Well,
a thing
how would
the
they
other
be
day.
in South America, not in North America? That'd be kind of damn stupid. If
This,
that's-
I went all the way through high school, right? Did all of my Egyptian studies. I've read a bunch of books on Egypt. I watched this show the other day. It blew me away. They
Hey, Judge says what makes the day special is if we celebrate it 2 days early.
There you go. Stretch it out.
Yeah.
That guy knows how to party.
No, he don't party. He's
He's doing it right.
a
Living life.
he takes care of the dead.
Somebody's got to do it.
You know.
He's still living. He's living more than anyone. He's
Oh
rented out
God,
every
tell him
single
he's
day.
living. He knows he's living because he's always doing something for somebody.
But that's what I was saying. I was watching this thing on Ancient Egypt the other day, and they had a fortress, right? They filled in when they did this huge dam. They built a huge dam and flooded this valley in Egypt, modern day, like in the 50s.
Yeah.
They took out this old fortress, right? And it looks like a modern day Egyptian fort or a European fort, not modern day, medieval European castle, but in ancient Egypt. And it was a fortress on the water, and it was mud brick, but it had turrets, and it had like a floating moat. It was fascinating. I'd never seen anything
Well, I'm sure some of the ancient-
anywhere that tied Europe to and the stone builders of ancient Europe to the stone builders of the Egyptians. They don't draw those lines. They like to leave.
No, they
Too
want
many
to steal
gaps. I don't-
technology and knowledge, right? Say, oh, it was me. Okay. You know, I don't know. But I would like to go see those stones. I have seen the pyramid.
Yeah, I want to see them too. I want to go see those stones out there that are impossible to do. Just to,
I seen them on.
eyes on
I
them.
seen them on TV, right, on YouTube. That they cut like an H, and then
Yeah.
they got like a little block down like
yeah,
that.
there's a step inside. It's like a really
And
interesting.
you know
cut.
what?
It's like it's routed out, and they're like
It's like
they put a fucking what do it's for measuring the smoothness of the surface, right?
Yeah.
And it goes down to like nano whatever.
Yeah.
They put it on there. It's smoother than glass, right? And they got that
So
was
how do
another
they
thing.
cut
They
it?
got this cave in India that's carved inside of this solid stone, and then one that's partially incompleted. And the other one so smooth they had lasers going down it. It's smoother than glass, and it's ancient.
I'm using YouTube, not StreamYard right now, Yeah.
Carved it out of it.
but I do have StreamYard.
Yes. Carved out of pure, solid
You know what I think they did that for though? I was sitting down looking at it. You know why I think they made them blocks like that? Them H blocks? In case of earthquakes. Because if you think about how they
it's
were
just
made, they
just
would
the
shift,
ancient-
right?
Yeah, just like the ancient
they
Greeks
never
they put a wooden dowel in between the stacked stones, like in ancient Greece. That way, in earthquakes, they had the ability to move without coming off center and losing their structural integrity.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
It don't have to be
I wonder if he was
complicated to be
Hey, you got extra grapes for that deal.
right. They probably gave him an extra couple whips on the back. Somebody stole his credit. That's probably what really
Yeah, you never know.
happened. Back in them days, it was ruthless.
I almost got a coin. What's that? You going to the bank? Oh, it's cold
I gotta get
and cloudy. Okay. Love you, man. You're good. Have fun. Stay out of trouble. Whoa! Hold on, Nelly. Don't forget your cigarette butt. That's right. You gotta be cool with
That's
that.
my last one because I forgot Marianne, so I had to give her the rest of them.
She's gonna give up smoking.
Good. I'll give it up too.
You know what? Good.
I've done
Everybody's
it a
gonna be
million
doing
times.
edibles.
It's easy.
Everybody's gonna be doing edibles.
Oh, I got some good. I got some. Let me.
La 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 la. Can't talk like that. These guys be freaking out.
I have medication in my car.
Okay,
This is 2021.
Oh, all right.
21st century now.
Yeah, I forgot. You're not fighting no more.
They're doing it in the streets some places.
Really? God help the world.
Oh, I think he gave us it to test us.
Maybe.
There seems to be a lot harder test.
Ain't that the truth? Well, there you go. There's Junior. He's off to go camping. Do bonfire and I don't know, whatever else he's doing. Now you know what I have to do. Right? Are you doing YouTube or streaming? Did I just answer that question? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm doing YouTube right now, but when we want to get together and do an informational, because we can get, I think it's 6 or 8 hours free a month or something like that with StreamYard without paying for it. Anyway, let me show you this guy. This, huh? Look at this bad boy. Here's an expensive guitar too. Couple $1,000 this bad boy. This has a dB overboost. Push that button. Nice, huh? And as you can tell, it's a Telecaster with 3 single coils. They're not just any single coils, though. They're hot! There you go. Nice, huh? I like it. You want to go live tomorrow at the powwow? Oh, cool. Do you have over? What are you gonna do? Run a laptop, Jack? If you go live tomorrow at the powwow on StreamYard, do you have StreamYard downloaded? Then you could do the powwow live, and then just let me know. Send me a message later, Jack. I don't think you could do it on your phone live. I'm not sure about that. I think you gotta have 1,000 subscribers to do that, if I'm not mistaken. You might want to check into that, Jack. But if you could do StreamYard, and I know what time you're going on, then I can get on and join your StreamYard. Yeah. Hey, Jack, I still need an eagle feather. I don't think you can go live on a phone. Maybe you can. I don't know. I still need an eagle feather though. And yes, I can own one because I'm Native American. I think I'm not. Look how tan my skin is. Look at that. I gotta watch how long I stay out in the sun. Before long, I'll be dark. I mean, I get real dark. All right. Kelly's done. Now to the red one. God, I ain't even been past this section. I still got 4 more guitars in this section. It's crazy. You don't even have an eagle feather? Maybe what we need to do is get a hold of somebody. Do they have a representative of the Cherokee Nation in Washington State? Because if we can find a representative in Washington State, I believe that's where the home of the eagles are. They have the most bald eagles. Like my shirt? Thank you. Be sexy, huh? A few Native American flutes. Huh. I don't even own one of them. I had a peace pipe from the Narragansett Indians that I had years and years and years ago, but somebody stole it. So, and I have an aunt that's married into the Mashantucket Pequot Indians, but you know. A lot of Indians around this neighborhood, believe it or not. Lots of us. But like everything, the purebreds are rare. rare, Eddie. Yeah, flutes ain't cheap. There's nothing cheap anymore, Jack. Everything's got to be expensive. But if I had one and had the pictures of one, I'll bet you I can make one. I don't have any pictures or anything anymore, so. But if I could get some pictures, or if I could get one to look at, I know I can make one. So maybe we need to figure that out, and then I can make a couple. But it don't matter. Whatever you want to send. All I need is to see the dimensions and everything, and then I can make some. I can make a couple. You know me, man. I'm crafty. I can do anything. And I have the long. I have long drill bits. I got some that are about 3 feet long. So, trust me. We can handle it. All I need to do is have an original. So, just as long as I'll send it back to you. I just need one to look at, and then I can make one and I can send it back to you, George. Because one thing about Native Americans is we do like to make our own stuff. And I'm not 100% Native American. I mean, I'm Irish and English and French, everything else. I'm just a damn mongrel. But, you know, my grandmother, my great grandmother, was Blackfoot Indian. My aunt was said to me one day, my aunt says to me, "Oh, my grandmother said that she was the last one in the Native American line ends." No, it doesn't. You're always going to have that in your bloodline. It doesn't just end. You'll always have, no matter what you are a part of, right? It don't matter. You'll always have it in your blood. Always. Period. It doesn't go away. So, there. That's that in a nutshell. Hey, Sheena, what are you? Are you Indian? Try to find out everybody's nationalities now. I got some friends out in Arizona that live on the reservation. I have medicine bags, and I have Indian. I have arrowheads and stuff like that. You know, that they sent me years ago. In fact, I got to get a hold of them and see how they're doing. Haven't talked to them in a while. See how them kids are doing out there. Haven't talked to them in such a long time. Wondering how they're doing. That's the thing about my friends, you know. I mean, unless I talk to them every day, I lose track sometimes for years. What they're up to, what they're doing. God, some of the kids are getting older now. I know they are. Oh, everybody, if you could, I'd like you to pray for my friend John Brown. He lost his mom um, this week, and you know he's going through a hard time, so he could use the prayers. I know he's going through some trouble, so if you guys could pray for him, I appreciate it. Man, I'm a cleaning fool, ain't I? Thank you. Appreciate the prayers. I'm a cleaning. I'm a cleaning. Yeah, John is his name. I'm a dirty boy. That's right. You better know it. And I like it. I like being a dirty boy. I say a man should only have to wash once a month if he doesn't do anything, and only has to take a shower or a bath when he's actually sweating and working in something dirty. If he's just laying around being lazy, then he can go a week without it. Just wash your feet, wash the essentials. Be a dirty boy. It's summertime. Go run, jump in the river. That's what I say. Don't waste water. Go jump in the river. You remember when we were kids? We used to go swimming all the time and jump off ropes and tire swings and all that stuff. You don't see a lot of kids doing that anymore. They only do it from the gaming console. Yeah, I miss those days when I was a kid. Yeah. You think what should work this time? Maybe I missed a conversation. Oh, you guys in your own conversation. Don't mind me. I'm just a cleaning guy. I'm just a cleaner. When you own as many guitars as me, it might take you a week or two to clean as many as I got. I got a guitar upstairs in a box, right? I never opened it. It's a prototype guitar. Um, it's a LTD prototype guitar, number 4, from Anaheim, California. Never been out of the box. Prototype number 4. Imagine that. I don't know. I think it's M50 or something. I can't remember. But it's still a prototype. Never been out of the box. Still in the box. Maybe one of these days I'll sell it. To somebody who's a ESP LTD collector. I'm sure they'd like to have that. Number 4 prototype of a guitar. That's hard. Generally, you don't get those. Hey, so we got the right money. I'll sell it to him. Why not, right? Looks pretty good, huh? What do you think? Not bad. Got another one up there, but I ain't messing with those two. They didn't get dirty. All right. Let's put this one over here. And I don't think you guys ever seen this guitar. This is an this is an original S500 G&L. Oh yeah. This is a real deal Holyfield guitar here. Real deal Holyfield. I have the original case and everything of this one. Yep. I like G&L guitars. I mean, most people don't know what G&Ls are, but G&L stands for George Fullerton and Leo Fender. G&L S500. I'll tell you how old it is. I'm not going to show you it, but it has a 5-digit serial number. That's how old it is. Locking tuners, the whole works. This is a nice guitar. Oops, I think I broke the string. In fact, I know I broke the string. Broke string. Crap. Well, guess we didn't need that string. That's funny, huh? Crap. Broke the damn string. Tell you, I have those moments. I think this one had brass saddles on it. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I even pulled it off the wall. I've had a long, long time though. I like it though. I think it's got a one-piece body on it. No, maybe two-piece body. Nice though, because it's translucent butterscotch, you know. Nice. Can't even remember what year this is. To be honest with you. That's how long it's been. Shoot, I don't even know. Not sure what year this is. I'll have to look it up one of these days. When you don't play something a lot, you know, it's kind of hard to remember. And I own so many guitars, it's hard to remember. This is an expensive guitar too. I think this guitar cost me like $1,800 and $1,900 when I bought it, something like that. Could have been more than that. Could have been like 2,000. They're expensive. This is a super nice Strat. Super. If you look, I'll show you here in a second. As soon as I finish it, I'll show you something. As soon as I finish cleaning it, I'll show you something about this guitar. It's cool. Cool. I was using I gotta tell you guys this funny story. So you guys know I'm working and trying to build the what is that? 250? Yeah, I think it's 250 Honda Odyssey. Uh, you know, four-wheeler. I was trying to clean out one of the ports today with a brush. You know, one of those scrubby brushes. You know, with little bristle ends on it. Broke the damn end right off of it. Plus, I think that the scrubby brush thing came from the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, Dollar Tree and you know, Dollar General and all those stores, you know, they got some good buys, and there's some, you know, things that you can get for $1 that are worth it. And then some things you want to stay clear of. I'm just saying. Right? Just like Aldi's got great food. I think Aldi's got. I mean, not everything is appealing, but see the mini splitter down here? Pretty neat. Huh? Now these pickups are big poles, so they have a different sound than your regular Strat. Trust me. This is a nice guitar. Look at that. No dings in this baby. There is. It's just a minor one right there, I think. I don't remember anymore. Pretty nice, huh? I like it. Good guitar. These are nice guitars, GNL. This is GNL USA. And here is a GNL ASAT. My baby blue metallic. Still got the plastic on it. You can tell I didn't play it much. Yeah. This one here, I think that neck needs a little. So when I'm going to condition a neck, I use this. Beeswax. This guitar has only been played like twice. It's an okay guitar. It's, you know, I need to do a little tweaking to it though. It needs a little tweak job. It's got a little buzz, but the thing I like about these is they have the brass saddles on them. If you look, got brass saddles on it. Gives you a nice sound, nice twang. And you can buy these ASATs for a little less expensive than you can a Fender Mexican or whatever, and they're really nice sounding guitars. There's nothing wrong with them. And you got to remember, a GNL is George Fullerton and Leo Fender, the guy who built the first Telecaster. So, I mean, this one here was made in Indonesia. But it doesn't matter, you know, most people today, Indonesia makes some really nice guitars, man. They really do. They got some really good product coming out of Indonesia. Oh, you guys taking off? Who's taking off? Somebody leaving? Oh, good night, Jack. You too. Have a good weekend. Hey, if you can stream me, let me know. But you probably won't. But if you can remember, let me know. I'll get on. You gotta let me know. This is a beautiful guitar. Look how beautiful that is. All metallic. Recessed correctly. Now, you'll look at some guitar companies, they don't recess these. You'll see them sticking up. I love them when they're recessed right. Done right. Done correctly, I should say. Now, I got to put some beeswax on it. Beeswax! What you got plans for tomorrow, George? You got to work tomorrow? Got to work tomorrow, George? This thing's got some fret problems. Feel them hanging up. Most of the time with frets, it's nothing big, you know. Sometimes they're rounded the edges and there's just a little bit of, on the tang, there's just a little bit of a follow through that you got to get that little bit of sharp edge off there. Probably been done by a machine and then a human didn't go back over it, you know. So sometimes it needs some attention. And most of the time it doesn't really need a whole lot, you know, just a brazen. Somebody might say, oh my God, look at Rev. He ain't taping it off. Well, when you've done them as many times than I've done them, you know how much pressure to use and how much not to use. I don't go crazy. You should tape it off though, and you should take the strings off when you're trying to do it for your first time, because you can easily scar up the fretboard if you don't. And as you see, I'm just lightly going over them with the crowning file. Just enough to knock that edge off. They're not perfect, you know, and you know what? Some people eat up companies because they don't do that right, you know. Hey, look, everybody can make a little mistake. I get it. Gives you something to do, keeps you busy, right? I don't worry about it because for me, you know, it's something simple. And, you know, I know that change of weather, drastic change of weather can cause, you know, can cause it to do that. So funny thing is there's absolutely, I don't think they put any lacquer or anything on that neck. To be honest with you guys. Matter of fact, I see a, yeah. I didn't finish the neck right there. Let me show you. See it right there? If you guys can see that. Right there, in that spot. Let's see if I can give you a close up. I didn't finish sanding it. That's weird. Well, somebody didn't check the quality control out on this bad boy. So hey, G&L, you get on them guys over there and he needs you. They're boning you. You know, these are $400 or $500 guitars. I mean, they should at least have that part done. Maybe it was a Friday guitar. Daily diarrhea. Imagine having diarrhea every day. That would suck. Just saying. Anyway, this one here looks pretty good. Pretty nice. I like it. Let me pull this one down. I gotta go on the other side. Pull that. And then I'm gonna stop cleaning for the night probably. I have been cleaning and cleaning. Take this one. Here's a nice guitar too. I mean, I got most of my guitars are pretty nice, but this one up there. Show you guys something cool. The guitars I cleaned quite a few of. This is a this is a Carbon. Made in the Carbon Custom Shop. Straps down. And look at that adjustment back there. Pretty neat, huh? The tremolo system. It's a nice guitar. It really is a nice guitar. And you know, I don't believe they make Carbon guitars anymore. I mean, it's Kiesel now. Kiesel and Carbon's still the same thing. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Jeff Kiesel runs the company now. He's the grandson of the guy who started it. And I think his uncles were involved in it too, and his dad. His dad was there too. There's quite the family history there. But Jeff Kiesel, he's, you know, he does great paint jobs. Jeff, he does. I mean, that's something that I've never been really good at. You know, painting. But yeah, but this has a very low serial number too. And it's been played. This is a nice guitar too. You know, Kiesel guitars are really good. Jeff does a really nice job. He's a really friendly kind of guy. You know, he's a very inventive kind of guy. He's very intuitive. He knows his product. He knows his guitars very well. Jeff does. And I would tell you, if you've never owned a Carbon or a Kiesel guitar, you know, don't be afraid to purchase one because he does a really good job. And they're really reasonably priced. You know, you can pick one up for a custom-made guitar for $1,000. You know, so I mean, they go up from there. Sometimes you get good deals, but when you're buying a Kiesel guitar, you know, Jeff backs his product. You know, you never got to worry about that. Super friendly people. They got great service. I mean, buy a Kiesel guitar, you're buying a nice guitar. I don't own a Kiesel. I own a Carbon, but maybe one of these days, Jeff Kiesel might get a hold of me or see my video, or somebody will tell him, and if I get a discount, then I'll buy one from him. I don't have a problem with it. But if I'm going to buy a Kiesel guitar, I'm going to have my initials put in the headstock, because there's going to be something that I want done to it special as a builder. So, but yeah, Jeff's cool beans. I talked to him a couple times on his podcast. So yeah, so his little YouTube stuff. He's a good guy. He's got a family, and he works hard, and he grew up building guitars, so he knows a lot about them. And he really loves his family tradition. He really loved his grandfather and his dad. He's an admirable kind of guy, guitar player. So don't be afraid to buy a Kiesel guitar. If you want to buy a nice guitar, go to Kiesel website. You can look at Kiesel guitars. They make all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of different styles of guitars. Absolutely. The reason why I never bought a Kiesel is, well, I want a discount for one, and two, I'm a guitar builder, so I can build anything I want. I just buy these guitars because I respect the companies that they're built by, and I admire the work they do. I really do. I admire their work. So, Jeff Kiesel, if you watched us, I want a discount, Reverend Bob Alderman. Not because I need it, but because I'll order it if it's customized and it has, Reverend Bob put on the neck. Rev Bob C or something. I don't know. Something cool like that. Nice guitar. Lots of different guitar companies. Now this guitar has a thin neck, if you look. It's a little thinner profile down here, and then it's kind of graduated. But if you look, it's been played. Look at that. It's been played, and let me tell you, when I tell you this action is set low, this action is set low. Low. I think it's like 0.80. It's real low. Not many guitars you can do that with. Wilkinson tremolo. It's a really nice guitar. Glad to have it in my collection. Yep, certain ones I'm really happy. I'm gonna do one more, which is this one over here, this Harley Benton. The reason I bought the Harley Benton because it was cheap. Look, pretty good product, cheap price. Ain't got a lot of money. Buy yourself a Harley Benton. Change the pickups out. It's great to, they did a good job building it. I don't have no problem with it. Look, it's a great modding platform. Look, if you're trying to do something cheap and get a sound, you know. Look, most of your sound, which, I mean, there could be an argument with that, but your pickups have a lot to do with your sound. What your bridge is made out of, right? Tonality of the wood, you know. There's lots of different things, but you know, if you're trying to get some pretty good sound at a cheap price, I would say, you know, buy yourself a nice set of Seymour Duncans of some sort that appeal to you. You know, lock and tuners, or some really nice Wilkinson tuners, Wilkinson bridge, whatever. Go for it. Do it yourself. Learn to do it. And if you don't, well, you can always get a hold of me. Ask me if I'll do it, how much I'd charge. I don't do them a whole lot, but for people on the channel, I don't mind doing it. You know, pay the ship and have me set it up, change pickups out for you. I'll do it. But I think that they're a nice modding platform. I really do. Probably one of the better modding platforms. I mean, there's a lot of different guitars. I mean, I own 2 Harley Bettons. That one there's modded out. That's got Kent Armstrongs in it. That blue one up there, which I don't think they're the. I don't know. That's more of a bluesy guitar. Probably put a set of Seymour Duncans in that one of these days, or a set of Wilkinsons. I got some new Wilkinsons that are coming out, and I think I might get some for that, and I might get a set for this too. So we'll see. But for this baby, what's wrong with this guitar? Nothing. This one here has a Duncan design here, and then I can't remember what I put in the neck. But hey, it's a good guitar, you know. There's nothing wrong with it. Great for modding. Put your own kind of stuff in there. You know, like I always said, you know, when I get up to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give a guitar away. I am. Am I in a rush to get there? No. But when I do, I will keep my promise, and I know that George will remind me, everybody else. But when I get 1,000 subs, I will give a guitar away. I don't have a problem with it. Some people do it at 100,000 or 200,000, whatever. But I get 1,000 subs as a thank you. I'll give one away. Ooh. Is it because I got 1,000 subs, or no? That's just a number that I picked to do it. A long time ago, I think. I said that about a year and a half ago. I'll do the setup on it and everything, so you get a nice guitar. All right, I'm done with the guitars for the night. Cool. Got some stuff done. I got this section of guitars done. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 of the guitars got done. So I got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got about another 60 guitars I got to clean. Here's a good guitar. Here's a nice guitar. Now, this is a Stella, right? And I'll tell you what, this is one badass guitar, dude. Beautiful. Oh, Stella. Very well made. Mahogany, maple cap. Nice. I like it. My brother likes it too. Anybody that's ever played this guitar, they love it. They love this guitar. And I don't blame them because it is a great guitar. I think it's got Duncans in it. It is. It's a really, really nice guitar. We could easily gig with this one. I don't know what year it is. I can't remember. I think it's an 80s. I think this is an 80s Stella. No, it ain't no older than 90s, but I think it's an 80s Stella. But it's a nice guitar. I just kind of picked it up. I wasn't going to clean anymore, but I just want to clean it. This is the kind of guitar that no one would be ashamed to gig with, for real. It's just one of those things. Stella makes one of those names that you probably don't hear a whole lot about, but nice guitar. Really nice guitar. I think this was made in Korea, this one. But yeah, it's a nice guitar. I think they still make them, but I don't know where they're made today. Probably China or something, you know. But this neck on this thing is so beautiful. I wish you guys could see this. I mean, and it is one exceptional piece of mahogany. If you guys could see it. Exceptional piece of mahogany. It's kind of hard to show it on camera. I'll see if I can do it, but I doubt that it'll show the detail. But let me show you. See if I can. Look at the neck. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's so beautiful. That is like a curly flame all the way up that whole neck. One of the most exceptional pieces of wood I've seen in many years for a neck. Just mind-blowing. Beautiful piece of wood. And the sustain and the tone in this guitar, you know, like I said before, there's just some guitars. Don't look at the name on the headstock, man. Because this here weighs about 7 pounds, which is about optimal. You know, 7.5 pounds is, I don't know why, but it just seems like that's the right number for a weight. I wouldn't go over 8 pounds. 7.5 pounds is about the right weight for a Les Paul. That's what I believe. Some Les Pauls are heavy, man. I had one that was like 9.5 to 10 pounds. That was a heavy stick. I'm not lying to you. It was a heavy, heavy guitar. I was like, man, that's a heavy Les Paul. Guy brought it in. He wanted to change the pickups on it. And it was like an 80s Les Paul. And, you know, a Les Paul standard. And he didn't like the pickups. He wanted some. I can't remember if I put the Marzios in that or Seymour Duncans. Or maybe I put one of each. I don't know. I can't remember. But and I said, "You want the old pickups?" He says, "No." I said, "You sure?" He says, "No, I don't want them." said, I'll tell you what. I'll do all the work for $100 then. He goes, really? I go, yeah. I said, if I can have the pickup. He goes, yeah, you can have the pickup. So worked the deal out with him. Because, you know, it was a couple $100. So gave the guy a deal. He was happy, I was happy. Now this one here has dark rosewood on it. I mean, that rosewood is dark. So dark, almost looks like ebony. And it could be ebony. I haven't. The problem is I never checked it. But I think it's rosewood. Some places it looks like rosewood, some places it looks like ebony. They could have stained it. I don't know. But I think it's rosewood. Probably wondering what I'm doing. Instead of taking the strings all off and all that, I do my conditioning a little different for guitars that I'm not playing all the time. That's just how I do it. When I'm playing the guitar all the time, I take the strings off, replace the strings, but these strings are new strings, so. And I don't play it all the time, although it is a good guitar. I don't play it all the time, so I just do it this way. Condition it, wipe it off. Simple and easy. You know, it takes care of it. And I don't have to waste, $6 or $7 on strings. And that's what I tell people. Just because somebody does something one way doesn't mean there's not many different ways of doing something. So, keep that in mind. Don't waste your money if you don't have to. Just put a new set of strings on there a little while ago. You haven't been playing it for a while. If it's been kept well and you just want to condition it, then you don't need to change the strings. You can just loosen them up if you want and put them to the side. Or you can do like I'm doing, just put a Q-tip in between and get it all spread out. And then wipe it off. I just wipe it off lightly. So. And my reason for that is I leave a little bit on there because the beeswax, nothing will grow on that neck. Any kind of molds or anything like that. The reason why is because it's beeswax. There you go. Rock and roll. Nice guitar. Nice. Nice. I don't usually hang my Les Pauls over here. But I'm gonna hang this one here. Just make people mad, I guess. Somebody say something. Why did you put that over there? I don't know. Just dead. Anyways, guys, it's nice hanging out with you. Looks like everybody's drifting off into a sweet slumber of a sleep. I should be on Sunday. Do a little auction, maybe there's not a whole lot. Maybe I'll do one the next week too. Try to catch back up here. Got some things that I need to take care of, so I gotta sell a few coins to take care of it. And so we'll probably see you Sunday. Sound good? See you Sunday, and should have a good time. I haven't even been gaming, guys. That's crazy, man. But probably see you Sunday. We'll do a little auction and have a little fun and do some chit chatting and have a good time. Appreciate you all coming out tonight and spending a little time with me. Been mostly me talking, but a few people have been talking. So I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe. Tell people what we do, which is just about everything under the sun. I love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Sound good? Good night, everybody. Reverend Bob is out of here.
See ya.